This diagram is intended to help us develop our understanding of the two mindsets. The fixed mindset, which is presented here on the left, and the understanding is that folks who have the fixed mindset believe that their intelligence is a static entity that cannot be changed. And on the right, in green, we're looking at the growth mindset. People who have the growth mindset believe that their intelligence can be incrementally developed through hard work. The idea behind the research is that people with a fixed mindset, this leads them to have a desire to look smart all the time. Whereas folks with the growth mindset, since they believe that their intelligence can be grown, have a desire to learn. Although this difference may seem subtle, it's really interesting how it leads to a whole slew of different tendencies. So folks with the fixed mindset, since they don't believe that their intelligence can increase, they're always trying to look smart. If they don't look smart, it reflects poorly on them. It's like they'll never be able to do any better. So let's look at how they avoid challenges, right? So what's the danger of a challenge to someone with a fixed mindset, somebody who could never become smarter than they currently are? Well, if they fail at this challenge, then it's a huge exposure, right? They fail at this challenge, then they're a failure and they'll never be able to overcome this challenge. Somebody with a fixed mindset sees this challenge very differently. They embrace the challenge. This is an opportunity for them to test themselves, learn more about themselves. If they overcome the challenge, great. If they don't, well, it's still an opportunity to learn, get better so they can overcome the challenge next time. When they come across obstacles, people with a fixed mindset, if they don't succeed at first, they tend to give up easily. Why? Well, if you tried and you failed, it must mean that you're always going to fail at that. You can't get any better. Whereas people with a growth mindset are more likely to persist in the face of setbacks. People with the growth mindset know that they can improve themselves, they can become smarter, better at solving this obstacle, whatever it is that they're faced with. So they're going to keep on persisting until they do, or until they get the help that they need to overcome the obstacle. This relates to how people with a fixed versus growth mindset see effort. For someone with the fixed mindset, either you got it or you don't. Either you have this ability or you don't. So they see effort as fruitless, right? Why try hard? You're not going to do any better if you try hard. And they also maybe even see it as worse than fruitless, because if you try really hard and you keep on failing, they just think it's going to be embarrassing. Or someone with a growth mindset understands that effort is the path to mastery. Maybe they understand the neuroanatomy that shows us that when we try hard to learn things, when we learn little pieces at the time, our brains actually develop, become more complex in terms of their neural connections. And eventually those neural connections are going to be able to bring these ideas together within their head, and all their effort is going to pay off, and they're going to be able to master these new concepts that they're struggling to learn. And other folks might not understand that aspect of it, but might just know that through practicing hard and also, practicing smart with some guidance from the right people, they are going to get that tough concept. It's also interesting to look at how people deal with criticism. Those with a fixed mindset tend to ignore useful negative feedback. People in this case see negative feedback as basically an insult, right? So if I have the fixed mindset and I'm told that I've done something wrong, I'm basically going to hear that I'm insufficient, that I'm stupid, that I just can't get this, I'm not going to be able to do it. Whereas people with a growth mindset, they have the ability to learn from criticism, right? If I have the growth mindset, an expert, my professor, another student in class who's doing really well, they show me something that I'm doing that's wrong, well, that's a wonderful gift to me, right? They've shown me what I'm doing that's wrong. I have the ability to correct it. Okay, I'm learning about screencasting. I'm going to have to slide this over here. All right, looks like I got it. So then one of the last dimensions that we're looking at here is the success of others. People with a fixed mindset, again, tend to feel threatened by the success of others. If two people are competing, the person with the fixed mindset loses, then they must think that, I'm never going to be able to win at this. I'm never going to be able to compete. I've done everything I could. That's the limit of my abilities. So when they see other people succeed, it's very scary. It sort of knocks them down the hierarchy and makes them feel less than. Whereas folks with the growth mindset have the ability to find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. If I have the growth mindset and I see somebody else succeed at something that used to be challenging to them, it's just a wonderful reminder that we all have the ability to grow, improve, and get better at whatever it is that we're going after. Ultimately, these two mindsets can really lead people to different life outcomes. People with a fixed mindset are likely to plateau early, right? They try, they continue trying while they have easy successes, but as soon as some challenge comes in their way, they stop trying, they stay at that level, they figure, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm not going to try to get any better because that's embarrassing. It's going to expose my weaknesses, my deficiencies. So this is my level. Whereas folks with the growth mindset and the understanding that through hard work, they can keep on getting better, can keep on reaching higher and higher through life. And as things get tougher, it may be harder and harder to see improvement and to make advances. But, that's what's interesting in life, constant challenge and the ability to grow. So we've had a chance through this diagram to look at the differences between the fixed and growth mindsets, not just in terms of what they are, but how they impact people as they go through life and as they experience challenges, definitely including the sort of academic challenges that we face in school.